That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what the Phillies needed. They needed somebody to step up. They needed one of their veteran leaders to step up last night, and that is exactly what they got from Aaron Nola. It's been a rough year for Aaron Nola. We know it's the worst year of his career, really, by far, and he gives us 6 shutout innings at home against the Mets. And I said yesterday, the Phils need to sit down. They need to remind the Mets that they're the freaking Mets and we are still the class of the NL East. And that's what we got. We got a as close to vintage Aaron Nola performance as we have seen this season. No runs, 6 innings, 7 Ks. I don't know if we can ask anything more from Nola. And now my hope is he can keep it rolling as they make their way towards Red October. A 1-0 victory over those New York Mets. Let's effing go. I am pumped about that performance. Now we need Ranger to keep it going tonight. A little bit more run support certainly would be nice for our pitching staff, but between Nola, Duran, and just getting just enough, I am starting to feel it again because, man, I hate losing to the Mets. There's nothing I hate more than losing to the Mets. And this was just a little bit of relief for us. The Mets averaged 6 runs a game against the Phils this year. They shut them out last night. I am feeling real good about what we got from our boy Nola. And now it's just time to keep it going right into the postseason. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to Billadelphia, broadcasting live from the Xfinity Lounge. My name is Bill Matz. I'm your director of fun and games this afternoon. Joining me behind the glass, it's my guy, Tyler Zulli, with a cameo for us already. I am pumped for today's show. We led off with some Phillies. We're going to get to some Birds. Might even have a little Sixers in the headlines. We're working the show out still. I thank you all for joining us yesterday. It was so much fun getting this thing launched, and I'm just looking forward to episode 2. We made it through episode 1. That's exciting. We did not get canceled after one day. That's always the fear. You make it to 2, they're going to give you at least a month after that. They realize it's not a huge mistake. But here we are, broadcasting in the Xfinity Lounge. And before we get to today's headlines, I got to take a quick second to tell you about our friends at Big Brothers Big Sisters. It is Big Brothers Big Sisters month here at PHLY and all across the ALLCITY network. You've seen it if you've been watching our shows. You've been watching us. You've been participating in the chat. You see right below the chat box, there is a spot to donate to Big Brothers Big Sisters as we work towards our goal of $50K. But as much as they need your money, they need your time as well. The mission of Big Brothers Big Sisters of America is to create and support one-to-one mentoring relationships that ignite the power and promise of youth. Big Brothers Big Sisters evidence-based approach is designed to create positive youth outcomes, including educational success, avoidance of risky behaviors, higher aspirations, greater confidence, and improved relationships. Big Brothers Big Sisters has agencies all across the country, over 230 agencies in all 50 states. What they need bigs. They need big brothers and big sisters to make their mentoring mission possible. Yes, donate. A lot of us might have a couple extra bucks we can throw at the cause, and that is wonderful. They could certainly use that. But if you have the time, if you have the inclination to maybe impact the youth of tomorrow, maybe spend a little bit of time with someone and make their life a little bit better, why not? Check it out, Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. All right, Tyler, let's hit the headlines. All right, that's it. Okay. I didn't know if we were doing a transition or not. I don't know.
We'll get there.
I don't know what I want,
yeah,
honestly.
we have the base.
No, you did it right. You told me the thing in between the open and the intro, and I just carried that over again.
Should have worked, but apparently I decided to so I can mess with the how it goes scene to scene, right, within our software, like not to go too behind the scenes. But apparently what I decided to do was send it to the next scene, which it was situated between my scene and your scene. So instead of it sending it back to you, it sent it to me. Unbeknownst to me.
I'm glad someone else is doing it because I have no idea what he's even talking about. So that's that. All right. First headline today, Eagles trade for Tank Bigsby. I did not know running back was a position of need for this team, but he had over 1,000 all-purpose yards last season, including 195 on kick returns. It seems as if the Eagles are trying to bolster that kick return position. Touchbacks way down after week one. This new kickoff thing I still don't fully understand has resulted in way more returns. So if they want to get the ball in someone's hands they think can bolster that position. He's a former third-round pick. He averaged 32.5 yards per kick return last year. And what I like about this move more than anything is it feels like Howie is making a point to be proactive and not let anything get complacent. Now, that's just Howie. Howie's always doing stuff. Howie does stuff, makes trades, works guys out. He does more than any GM in the league. And, hey, it's working for him. But I like that it feels like we're not just going to let anything, oh, yeah, maybe they'll figure it out. No, we think we can bolster something right now. Let's do it. Let's go out and get a guy who can contribute on the kick return. He had a decent season running the ball last year. I think like 700-plus yards, almost 800 yards on the ground. Not much of a receiving threat at all, but if it's a little bit of insurance in the backfield and maybe we could have a little bit more of a dynamic kick return game, I'm all for it. They give up a fifth and a sixth round pick. I believe the fifth can become a fourth. It's the 49ers pick. It can become a fourth if Bryce Huff has 8 or more sacks. Just a little update on Bryce Huff. He played half of San Fran's downs on Sunday. He recorded 0 statistics whatsoever. So I don't think we're in a ton of trouble of that turning into a fourth-round pick. But what kind of surprised me is ESPN trade grades give the Jags an A. Apparently Tank was in the running for the number 1 spot there as the running back in Jacksonville, and Travis Etienne wins it out. They drafted a couple of guys. So they got something for a dude who was just kind of not going to be a part of things, and the Eagles get a C-. Seth Walder thinks Howie gave up too much. I guess because we have Saquon, it's like how many times is he really going to touch the ball? But I know it's easy in Howie we trust when he goes out and does things like sign Saquon Barkley. Yeah, man, that worked out. But I guess this is one of those, if it's always we trust Howie implicitly, that only comes into question when he does something you're not sure about. So I am always going to trust Howie Roseman because even when he messes up, it all works out. They had no more expensive free agent signing last year than the aforementioned Bryce Huff. And total bust. And guess what? They won the freaking Super Bowl anyway. So it's even when he makes a mistake, everything seems to be okay recently. I just found it a little interesting. The Eagles go out and make a trade just 1 week into the season, one game. They're 5 trades since mid-August. They've made. Howie being proactive, not going to let anything go stale. This one, Tyler, is the one I'm going to need a little bit of your help on. Both Trey Turner and Alec Bohm are on the IL. What the hell are they going to do? That's the whole left side of the infield, I'm pretty sure here. And neither suited up last night. Doesn't look like they're going to have any, at least for the near future. And that is a blow to this lineup. We saw them only put up 1 run last night. Trey Turner having the awesome season. Bohm is another guy. Maybe not the most dependable bat, but he does drive in runs. He is an everyday player for this team. He gives you a good glove over at third, which isn't something I ever thought I'd say about him. But I am just a little concerned about what the hell they're going to do with these two out for could be a decent amount of time.
I think the big concern for me with Trey Turner is this is the season that we've expected Trey Turner to have since they signed him to that 11-year deal, right? Offensively, he's been just about as good as any hitter in the National League, leads the National League in hits, leads the National League in average. He's second in the league in the National League in stolen bases. But the one thing I think, too, that was unexpected after the last 2 seasons was how good his defense has been this year. He's in the 99th percentile of outs above average this year, which 2 years ago he was in the 9th percentile, and last year he was in like the 20th percentile.
A 90% improvement over 2 seasons. So, and pretty good.
I say this not jokingly. The last 2 years, only one shortstop in all of baseball had more errors than Trey Turner. It was O'Neal Cruz, who the Pirates said, "You're playing center field from now on, my man." Because he's such an incredible athlete, he's going to be able to do it. But Turner's defense has been really, really good this year. But the thing that really worries me with this Turner injury is what's he going to look like on the bases when he comes back. When he returned from injury, that hamstring last year, he had 7 stolen bases post All-Star break. He had 0 the rest of the month that he returned. So he may be back, and I don't doubt the bat will be fine, because last year when he did it, he came back, he hit 302 in June, he hit 292 in July after that. I have no doubt the offense will be fine, but the base running concerns me. Is he the same guy, like catalyst-wise, that he was pre-injury? Because this was no doubt, no question, Trey Turner's best season as a Philly.
Especially considering this has been the focus for him this year, is to just be the table setter.
Yep.
Listen, you have a nice swing, home runs might come, they might not, but we just need you on base, and we need you wreaking as much havoc as possible. We need the first to thirds. We need you scoring on a single. Like, that is what they need from Trey, and I guess that is the concern. My hope is it's not super serious. They can get through the regular season. It was alluded to maybe he could be back before the end of the regular season yesterday. My thing is, as long as there isn't some epic collapse and they're playing on the last week of the season to make sure they get a bye or whatever it might be, just get him as healthy as humanly possible, because he is having the season we need from him. And the idea of bringing him back a little early for the regular season, if that takes away from what he could give you in the postseason, it's not all that attractive an idea to me.
My hope is that the Twin Series at the end of the year means nothing. I don't think they're going to catch Milwaukee, and I think they're going to end up settling in as the 2 seed and winning the National League East. And so if that series, my great hope with that series is the 3 guys that start games in that series are Aaron Nola, Taijuan Walker, and Walker Buehler, because that means you've been able to set up your rotation in a way that you want. And those 3 guys don't, I don't want to say they don't matter, but they don't matter to the next round, because I think you're going to be able to get away with 3 starters in the DS. So, if you could set up your rotation, give Sanchez, give Suarez, give Luzardo some time off, I think that the same could be said for Trey Turner. If they've clinched that spot by then, there's no reason to bring him back other than they just want to get him reps.
All right, let's break this up a little. Let's throw it, Tyler, to our first commercial break. All right, pro football is here, and the Birds season is underway. Hell, they've already made a trade, but there's only one sports book I recommend, and it's the BetPARX and BetPARX Sportsbook app and online casino. It's got a great offer for new customers for this current football season. Listen, we all want to see the Birds win, and we want to profit when the Birds win, but when you think about laying these big futures, big price futures, oh yeah, the Eagles, one of the 6 favorites to win. How long do I have to wait for a minimal payoff? Not a problem if you're a new user of the BetPARX online sportsbook app, because all new users who sign up and make a deposit receive a 50-to-1 super odds boost. BetPARX.com has all the terms and conditions. You get your odds boosted 50-to-1. Yes, that's right, 50-to-1. And the top 6 favorites, like I said, for the upcoming NFL championship, you have KC, San Fran, Baltimore, Detroit, Cincinnati, and Philadelphia. All you got to do to get this 50-to-1 odds boost, download the BetPARX Sportsbook and online casino app right now and get your 50-to-1 super odds boost on your pick to win this year's Pro Football Championship. It's a limited time offer for new customers only, so get in on it while you can. BetPARX.com has terms and conditions. You must be 21, and in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, and Maryland, you play for fun, you love to win, you bet. BetPARX. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, let me tell you about our friends over at Xfinity, because the other day you're hanging out with your buddy, right? You're watching football, college, pro. It's all like right here for you now. It is that season. But you're hanging out with your friends and you realize that the setup that they've got is a mess. It lags, it's buffering, it's switching between apps, trying to find the game that you're looking for. Your friend claims they're a big fan, but you feel like you've been fan-fished. Well, there's no problem when you have Xfinity. It is the ultimate sports destination. You can find all of the best games, your favorite teams, all in one place, and it's why you watch. It is next level. It is the perfect fan flex. You get all of the action right in your living room, plus with Xfinity's best picture and sound enhanced by 4K, it is so clear it's going to feel like you're in the stadium. Sometimes you go quad box. You got 4 games going on at once, because why not? And on top of that, you get real-time notification and live stats right on your TV. It is the best seat in the house every single time. So next game day, make sure the big fan in your life isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions do apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box to download.
All right, nice. Nice, well done. Couple more headlines here for you, just to knock these out, because this one just made me. I have to calm down, because they didn't do it. They didn't do it. But apparently, the Sixers considered bringing back Ben Simmons last year when he was bought out, and perhaps there have been overtures. Seems like there's different reports about this offseason and their interest in Ben Simmons, but I just cannot seriously imagine that was a thought in any intelligent person's head. Like, maybe if you're just any random team, you're like, oh, okay, big guy can play some defense, can run the point off the bench or something for us. But to bring him back here in the town he got run out of, now that he is a shell of his former self, I say I hate the Sixers, Tyler, because as a great English teacher once told me in high school, Mr. Ahern, over at Clearview, hate is not the opposite of love. Indifference is. I hate the Sixers because they drive me absolutely insane, but the fact that they can get any emotion out of you means you do actually love them. And they make me so sad. Like, I am not the biggest basketball fan in the world, but, we work here. If the Sixers do well, the Sixers team, my Sixers coverage does well. I have friends who are huge Sixers fans. I would like to see them happy. And it just feels like even the stuff they don't do, it's like if that was a conversation in the facility for more than 8 seconds, they don't know what they're doing, and that's horrifying.
We, as Philadelphia sports fans, have had the propensity to look on the negative side of life. And
Sure.
Up until the Eagles won their first Super Bowl, I think that was a fair sentiment to live in. And I think that for a lot of people, we've gone through a lot of the ringers of bad seasons. Especially, I will say this, Bill, I am 32 years old. I have been a very spoiled Philadelphia sports fan. The Eagles have been they've been much more significantly good than they've been bad over my life. The Phillies, while they have had some pockets of bad, have had 2 really good stretches. The Flyers, they started to downturn as I got into my adulthood. Yeah. But the Sixers, after the process, they had a good stretch of what was considered at least hopeful. I will say this. I'm cool with bad seasons. I'm cool with the cyclical nature of sports. It happens. The Sixers found a way as a fan to break me in a way that I have never been broken as a fan before. And I'm not sure it's ever going to happen again. They frustrated me to a point of indifference. And you talk about the apathy, you talk about indifference, you talk about caring versus hate and love not being opposites of each other. They have made me indifferent. And at this point, last year, I went, whatever. They're playing some bad basketball, all their best players are out, whatever. And I don't want to be there as a fan.
No, it hurts to have that sort of, even if again, I'm a casual basketball viewer, but it just absolutely sucks. All right, quick announcement coming up here for everyone, all of my friends here at PHLY. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., Unblocked, the Brandon Graham Show with our pal, Bo Wolf. It's going to make its debut. You can follow it on our channel, or you can go over to Brandon's as well on YouTube. Unblocked with Brandon Graham. Make sure you check it out. Let's hit obligatory Eagles before we do that's what I'm calling the new segment. Obligatory Eagles before we hit the next ad break. So the Eagles 1-0. They beat the Cowboys 24-20 on Thursday night. Biggest takeaway Defensively, I think we all knew replacing all of the impact guys, all of the depth guys, this defense was going to be a work in progress. And I said just yesterday, remember, September is basically the preseason. I'm confident Vic Fangio is going to have this thing rolling once we hit October and November like he did last year. But you just look at the names, CJ GJ, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Slay, BG retired. He's working for us now. It's pretty great. Isaiah Rodgers, even Avonte Maddox had a huge play in the Super Bowl. That is a lot of turnover for a defense that was already trending young. Howie brings in Zadarius Smith already, another move he's made. Not going to get complacent. We see something out there that might help us. Let's jump on it. But this all leads me to Jalen Carter, please be smarter. You're a game wrecker. They cannot stop you. No offensive line can stop you. So you know what's going to happen every single game? They're going to bait you. They're going to bait you just like we saw happen against Dallas. Dak spit first. I know all that. But here we are now at almost 2 p.m. on Tuesday, and we don't know if he's going to be able to play or not. It seems like it's trending towards just a huge fine, a really steep fine, and not a suspension. But you just got to be smarter. You have to be one of the leaders of this team. And Vic Fangio said it today when he addressed the media, said leadership is shown with actions, not words. He has to show us with his actions. He's growing into a leadership role. You're such a good player, Jalen. You're one of the best at your position in the league. You're going to be an all-pro. Just be smarter. We need it so bad. We need it so bad, especially missing all those impact and depth guys I named. It's going to happen. They are going to try to get you to do something dumb because that's their only chance of defending you. Don't let it happen. I hope he doesn't. All right, let's hit that next commercial break. All right, whether your favorite team wins or not, there's always another way to win on the BetPARX online casino app. You got to check out brand new casino games like Huff and More Puff and the BetPARX exclusive Fireblaze Sky Queen. It's the only app I ever use to play all my favorite casino games right in the palm of my hand. They've got blackjack, they've got roulette, they've got craps, poker, baccarat, and hot online slots like Cash Eruption, 88 Fortunes, and Cleopatra. You can also play slots based on your favorite streaming shows like The Walking Dead and Peaky Blinders. And right now, new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. All you got to do is go to BetPARX.com and download the app right now and enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. You must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for BetPARX. You love to play. You play to win. You bet. BetPARX. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, how about our friends over at Golden Nugget Jewelry? Because if you're looking to pop the question, if you're thinking it's that time with your special somebody, you want to head over to a jewelry store that you trust, one with trusted pros that give you the best options, the best price, the best clarity, and of course, the professional selection that only they can provide you. And for the past 30 years, that's been Golden Nugget Jewelers. They've operated out of the very same location in the heart of PA, and in the heart of Philadelphia, in fact, and it's why customers from across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Baltimore, and even New York have come to Golden Nugget Jeweler to find the perfect engagement ring or wedding band. It's their staff. They're highly trained. They're dedicated to provide you a one-on-one personalized shopping experience. They offer a vast selection of engagement rings, wedding bands, but it's not just about getting married. They offer incredible high-end watches, fashion jewelry, sparkling diamond necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and so much more. And of course, with every purchase with an engagement ring, you will receive a final cleaning and written appraisal with every one that you buy. That's Golden Nugget Jeweler. They've been family-owned and operated business since 1987, right there on the corner of Chestnut and 8th in downtown Philly. You deserve an expert and the best price. Golden Nugget Jeweler, it's where Philly gets engaged. Visit goldennuggetjewelry.com to learn more.
All right, let's hit social studies. Tyler, I was just proud to have come up with this name for just me reacting to something on social media on the spot. And our great graphics guy, Eric, made this thing with me wearing glasses. I find it hilarious. So social studies, just, a little social media thing. And I saw this the other day on Blue Sky, actually. And it's our old pal, John Gonzalez, Gonzo. And it made me really wonder, has it happened to us? Are we now Are we now one of those front-runner teams that we've always hated? John said, recently encountered several randos in Eagles gear and have gotten the following response after hitting them with a Go Birds. Hell yeah. All right, that's, I think, acceptable. A semi-audible grunt. Yes, go Eagles. And that's, he said these responses came from all over the country, people in different places. Someone was like, I just like the shirt. Man, we need to become the hated dynasty that everyone, the way the Patriots and the Chiefs were when the Eagles beat them, we need to become that. And I think with the tush push and Jalen Carter and the way everyone talks about Jalen Hurts and the quarterback rankings, we're getting there. But I am only comfortable, and I have said this time and time again, I'm only comfortable with Philadelphia being the bad guys. I do not want the America's team moniker. In fact, I freaking hate it. The Eagles are our team. Everybody else can kick freaking rocks. It makes me so happy to this day, 50 years later, that there are still fan bases that hate the Philadelphia Flyers because the Broad Street Bullies turned the game into a battle royal. It made me happy when everybody else in the world got mad at Joel Embiid for baiting fouls and doing crotch chops and everything. I love that. That is who we are. I love how they talk about Jalen Hurts and QB rankings. Good. Keep saying he's not good. Let's see where that gets you. Michael Jordan thinks he's awesome, but you probably know better about elite athletes and what it takes to win. Sure, it still makes me happy how much the Mets love Chase Utley. When I was on Instagram watching all the reaction to Philly Karen over the weekend and all the typical Philly responses, it warmed my heart. I don't want to be America's team. I want to be no one likes us. We don't care, because that's who we are deep down. But with success comes bandwagon fans, and I suppose it's inevitable when you have so many good things going for you. One of the best owners in sports, one of the best GMs in sports, the best O-line, an extremely likable quarterback, a young defense. You keep taking players from Alabama and Georgia who half of the college football world is a fan of. I guess this was inevitable, Tyler?
Yeah, I think so. I will say this, and maybe what I'm about to say is hypocritical, because I am somebody who, when I am out and about and I see somebody with a music shirt on of a band that I like, I hate the people that come up to me and be like, name 3 songs.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's ultimate gatekeeping fandom. And so if we were to take that feel and move it to sports, I can't be like, oh, well, name me the quarterback of the 1999 Eagles before Donovan McNabb. You know what I mean? Yes. That. So I don't know if I could be that guy, but I think sports fandom and music fandom or anything else fandom is different, because
yes,
when I go to, you got a Green Day shirt on. I also like Green Day, but if I came up to you and said, name 3 Green Day songs, that's by choice of me being an a-hole. Sports is generational. It's blood. It's
and it's not music is not a competition,
Sure.
I want the Eagles to defeat everyone else, so I love them with everything I have and hate everybody. And I do draw a line, my wife gives Eagles gear to a bunch of her friends, especially around the playoffs, and a lot of them are casuals. I think casuals and bandwagoners in the area, that's fine. That's just getting on what your community does. That's just being part of the community. When it's around the country, that's when I'm like, no, I don't want it, because you didn't suffer like I did, damn it. In fact, you probably have talked about snowballs at Santa Claus and things like that.
I for a long time, when it comes to life, am a big believer in, I want to change the mold of I had to go through this experience. I don't want you to go through this. In our industry, for example, right? Unpaid internships was a big conversation.
Student loans, sure.
I had to have that. I had to have an unpaid internship. I hope you don't have to, type of thing.
Yeah.
But there's this thing in sports where it's I think, for example, I know that this is so silly to say, but my son, who is 10 months old, who has no idea about anything in the world other than Miss Rachel and me and his mom, He has never seen the Eagles not win a Super Bowl. I'm kind of jealous at that, right? He is literally 1 for 1.
We will wrap it up, but that happened with my niece and nephew. They were born in August of 2017, and their parents, the day after they won, were like, we waited, 6 whole months or whatever to see the Eagles win a Super Bowl. And I thought it was cute, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little mad. like just a little bit mad. All right, that is all the time we have for you on Billadelphia today. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for hanging out. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit the freaking like button. We need the likes. The likes keep the lights on. The likes keep me happy. They keep me from having existential dread. So hit the like button. Thank you all. All right, I am Bill Matz. Thank you to my producer, Tyler Zulli. Till tomorrow, be excellent to each other.
We all silly like the mayor.